Hello children, welcome to another lesson in Guru Gedara English language program. Today also we hope to discuss some writing activities for you children, and to do that here we have Miss Nirmala with us, and I think it is the continuation of our previous lesson because now we have already discussed writing activities regarding essays and articles. So children, we'll ask Miss what she is going to do today. Yes, Miss Nirmala?
Yes, my dear students, today I'm going to continue the lesson I have done in the previous lesson. So, hope you can remember how to organize your essay and how to organize an article. You can remember there are paragraphs. First paragraph, there is a general statement and a thesis statement, and then you support your paragraphs, and each paragraph has a topic sentence and then a conclusion. Right. So, today I am going to discuss how to write a speech, how to write a story, and how to write a dialogue.
Yes, Miss Nirmala. So, our first thing is writing speeches. So, children, before we move on to writing speeches, let's listen to a speech.
Yes, normally we don't write speeches, you make speeches. So, let us listen to one.
Good morning to you all, the principal and the teachers and my dear friends. I am here to talk on a timely topic, let us protect our environment. The environment is what is around us. Not only humans, but also animals, plant life, rivers and air all belong to the environment. The environment is polluted in many ways. Some factories discharge waste into the water. Fertilizers and pesticides get mixed with water and pollute the water. Air pollution is another major issue in the modern world. We have to live in an unhealthy environment if the environment is polluted. Polythene is harmful to living beings. Burning and throwing polythene is extremely harmful. We must minimize the waste and protect our environment. We must not cut down trees because it affects the breath we take and it will lead to global warming, which can make the earth unbearable to live on. We should stop the public from disposing of polythene and plastic everywhere in a careless manner, and we should try to recycle them whenever possible. We as children should try our best to protect our environment. We should keep it clean and free from harmful things. So, let us get together and raise public awareness about the importance of protecting the environment. Thank you for listening.
Right. Now, I hope you can remember there are many speeches done at your school, either the principal or teachers or your friends. Right. Now, let us see how to organize to write a speech. Now, you can see the same speech now here on screen. The topic is there, let us protect our environment, and then you greet your audience. Good morning to you all, the principal and the teachers and my dear friends. I am here to talk on a timely topic, let us protect our environment. That is how you begin your writing. Now, just like the essay, you can remember, so there is a general statement. Environment is what is around us, not only humans, but also the animals, plant life, rivers and air all belong to the environment. And then this is the thesis statement. The environment is polluted in many ways. So, you are going to listen to the different ways of polluting air. Some factories discharge waste into the water, fertilizers and pesticides get mixed with water and polluting the air. Then we are talking about air pollution. Air pollution is another major issue in the modern world. That is the topic sentence. We have to live in an unhealthy environment if the environment is polluted. Polythene is harmful to living beings. Burning and throwing polythene is extremely harmful. The next one, we must minimize the waste and protect our environment. So, that is the topic sentence. We must minimize, how to minimize waste and protect our environment. We must not cut down trees because it affects the breath we take and it will lead to global warming, which can make the earth unbearable to live on. We should stop the public from disposing of polythene and plastic everywhere in a careless manner, and we should try to recycle them whenever possible. Some suggestions are also there in the essay. We as children should try our best to protect our environment. So that is the topic sentence. We should keep it clean and free from harmful things. So let us get together and raise public awareness about the importance of protecting the environment. I hope you can remember that I told you the way you conclude your either a speech or an essay. Here you give an opinion, you give a suggestion by suggesting. So let us get together and raise public awareness about the importance of protecting the environment. And you have to thank your audience. Thank you for listening.
Yes, children, now let's try to write a speech. Okay, Miss Nirmala, I think there is a special way of writing a speech because now basically we deliver speeches to the audience. Before that, we have to write the speech. So what are the parts of a speech, or how do you organize there? Yes?
Yes, as you can see, greeting, you have to greet the audience, salutation, that is you address the people, topic, then while speaking there are many things that you have to make your speech interesting. I will discuss these things later, and then the conclusion of the speech. Remember these parts in your speech. Right, now let us take the greetings. How to greet? You have to greet according to the situation. If it is in the morning, you can say good morning, and it depends on the situation there. And then the salutation, that is you have to address your audience, right? Honorable chief guest. If there is a chief guest, definitely you have to start with the chief guest. If principal is there, you can call the dear principal, beloved teachers, and my dear brothers and sisters, or you can just call my dear friends. That is how you are going to start your speech. Now the topic. There are different ways how you can introduce the topic. I am here to speak on, you can mention the topic. I came here to speak a few words about, and then you can mention the topic. Today I am going to talk about, we can say environment. I came here to speak on the topic of, you have to mention the topic. Now see, there are different ways of beginning your speech. Right. Now while speaking, remember when you are delivering a speech, you are talking to an audience. So you have to capture the attention of your audience. So then you have to talk, you have to address them. And so you can use these phrases to make your speech interesting. As you all know, let's discuss, my dear friends. Now I mentioned earlier that, so you can talk about the previous things you have discussed, or you can have a bond with your audience, my dear friends, right? So this is a good way of having a link with your audience. Right, now how to end your speech? I hope you have gained some knowledge on. I hope you have been able to get an idea about. Let's, as I told you before, just like in the essay, an article, you can give an advice, you can make a request, or you can give a promise as well. And finally, you have to thank your audience for patiently listening to you. Thank you and have a nice day. Hope you can remember the stages now.
Right. I hope that you gathered some information, or you have come to know more about how to write a speech. So that here we go with an example. Yes, tourism, the good and bad of it. Yes, Miss Nirmala, tell them how they are going to organize this speech.
Right. Now children, remember this question 16 is a guided writing. So, you are given some guidelines. So, based on the guidelines, you can organize your speech. Now, here we have given some guidelines. You can see what tourism is, benefits of tourism, drawbacks of tourism, steps to improve tourism. Because the topic says the good and the bad. So, you have to talk about good as well as bad. Advantages and disadvantages of tourism. Right. Now, you can see the topic tourism, the good and the bad of it, and see how the speech is started. Dear teachers and my dear friends, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak a few words about the good and the bad of tourism. See how nicely arranged this. You address your friends, teachers, and you thank for giving the opportunity, and then you are introducing a topic at the same time.
Yes. First of all, let me explain what tourism is. It is the act of moving from one place to another in order to get some rest, to holiday, or to see the beauty of a country.
Right. Now, you can remember the first guideline is what tourism is. So, here the explanation. Now, let us move on to the second one.
Tourism can bring foreign exchange to a country by showing the beauty and rich heritage of a country. People can sell their products to tourists, and there are many services that can be provided to visitors and make an earning.
Right. So, these are the benefits, the good side of tourism. Now, let us move on to the next section. Though tourism is a blessing to a third world country like ours, it has many disadvantages. Now, see the topic sentence, children. Now, I am going to talk about the disadvantages.
To begin with, tourism can lead to the destruction of a culture and heritage. Valuable items of historical importance are sometimes smuggled out of a country by tourists. Tourism is also a threat to rare plants and animals. Drug addiction, child abuse, and the spread of deadly diseases like AIDS are some of the main social problems created by tourism. All these things corrupt our society, culture, and heritage.
Right. Now, we talked about the good side as well as the bad side of tourism. Therefore, it is necessary to take steps to stop these harmful effects of tourism. This is the next guideline, how to avoid these problems. So, here from the topic sentence, you can understand what you are going to support.
The government should make a set of rules and guidelines for tourists so that they know what they can do and what they cannot do when they are in Sri Lanka. Lawbreakers should be punished even though they are our visitors.
Government should publish books and make films to show the world the natural beauty of Sri Lanka. These could be sent to every part of the world. Better facilities such as good hotels, a good transport service, educated guides, and other necessary facilities should be provided at a low price. Then more tourists will come to Sri Lanka. So, this is what we can do to get benefits from tourism. Now, let us see how we can end our speech. In this manner, we will be able to earn more foreign exchange and protect our country too. So, let us promote tourism in our country while protecting our culture. Now, you can remember how I told you, right? So, here kind of a conclusion and a suggestion also there. Let us protect our country and culture and promote tourism as well. And finally, you have to thank the audience. Thank you very much for your attention.
Yes, Ms. Nirmala. Shall we move on to our other topic, that is writing dialogues, children? Dialogues are very interesting actually. So, you also like to write, I think, because children like to write dialogues because they are interesting and we always communicate, because in our daily life, we always use dialogues. So, let's ask Ms. Nirmala to explain you more.
Right.
Yes?
Now, there are 4 types of writing activities, children, and the 4th one, it will be either you have to write a dialogue or a story. So, I will teach you both, and this is the first one, a dialogue. Right. Now, I will tell you how to write a dialogue. So, dialogue is between 2 people. So, then it is real speaking. So, then the expressions are very informal. So, you have to match with the question or the response of the other person. Now, you have to greet. If somebody says good morning, the other one also has to reply that. And then ask questions and reply accordingly. If one person asks, the question and the response should be relevant to the question asked. And while writing, you can use phrases to change the topic. You can use phrases like, by the way. So, that is how you change, and you are giving an opinion there also. And to interrupt. Now, let me tell you, so like that the phrases will help you to interrupt and talk about something more. And if you want to repeat, really? Is it wonderful? So, like that you can use these phrases to make it very live and interesting. And the next thing, correct punctuations. Now, you have to write exclamatory utterances, and you can use question marks, and you can use full stops, commas appropriately. Remember, you are getting 3 marks for mechanics of writing. Right. Now, let us move on to an activity. Now, this question was from 2018 O-level question. You had to write a dialogue which happened between Rizvi and Anupama after their GCE O-level. So, then definitely after the O-levels you have different plans. So, then let us see how we can start this dialogue. Okay, so I will be Rizvi and Miss will take Anupama's role here.
All right.
I'm glad the exam is over.
Me too. At last, we can do what we want now.
Yes, I was planning many things to do after our exam.
What are you hoping to do?
Right, now see how we have started. I'm glad the exam is over. That is the feeling that everyone is having after the exam, because you have many plans to do. And then Anupama is telling, me too. See, Rizvi is giving his idea and Anupama is confirming, me too, and see the exclamatory utterance there. At last, we can do what we want now. The same feeling that you all are having right now. Yes, see the comma there. I was planning many things to do after our exam. Now see how the student is coming to the point, because you have to discuss the activities. So, I have many things planned to do. And Anupama is asking, what are you hoping to do? Then you can discuss all your hopes and aspirations. First of all, I will visit my grandparents in Gaul. I'm eagerly waiting to enjoy the countryside.
When are you planning to go there?
As soon as we can. By the way, what are your plans?
I'm waiting to start my cricket practices soon. Why don't we play a match with our friends before you leave?
Wow, that's a wonderful idea. Right, now here you can see, first of all, this is how you are going to present your points, because there are many that you plan to do. So, you can start with, first of all, I will visit my grandparents in Gaul. I'm eagerly waiting to enjoy the countryside. And then Anupama is asking, when are you planning to go there? Then you have to answer accordingly. As soon as we can. And then see how Rizvi is switching from his point to the friend's point here. By the way, what are your plans? See how nicely he is shifting from his idea to his friend, because in a conversation, in a dialogue, you don't repeatedly talk about your things. So you are asking the other person's opinion as well. See, that is a nice way. By the way, what are your plans? And the question mark is there. Then Anupama is replying,
Yes, I'm waiting to start my cricket practices soon. Why don't we play a match with our friends before you leave?
yes, see, and then nicely you can see how the one friend is suggesting, before you go, shall we play a match? And see the response, wow, that's a wonderful idea. So that is how you respond to a friendly conversation there. Now here wow and exclamatory utterance, because you are surprised, and then that's a wonderful idea. So you can see, children, this dialogue has a flow. It should be interesting and it is relevant. The responses are relevant to the questions or what is previously said.
Right, children. Our next topic, or actually the subtopic, writing a story. This is also there in your O-level paper. In some years, there's a dialogue, and in some years, you get a story. So we never know which comes this time. So therefore, I think it's better if Miss Nirmala explain or tell you something with regard to the story writing as well. Yes, Miss Nirmala?
Yes, so you never know which one would come. So you have to get ready for both. Let us see how to organize your story when you are writing a story. There must be a flow in the story. You have to remember it should be nicely going from the first to the last. And you can use direct and indirect speech. Direct speech you can within quotations, within quotation marks, you can mention the dialogue, the real dialogues you can use, or indirect speech you can refer to the past and write in past tense. And there may be a climax. The most interesting point, the climax should be there, and it should be very creative. Creativity is very important, and the end of the story should be meaningful. Sometimes you abruptly stopped it because there's no time. That is what happens when you write this question, because that is the last one. And remember, you have to use about 200 words, right? You can't write more than 200 words because that is also checked. Right. Now we have come to the end of the lesson, and before winding up the lesson, I want to show you what questions that had come in previous years. Now in 2015, the speech topic was, at the School Literary Association meeting, you had to talk on if I could go back in time. Then 2016,
at the Literary Association on Internet, the advantages and disadvantages.
So these things you very often you discuss in your classroom. 2017,
at the morning assembly on let's make our school the best school in the district.
In 2018, at the assembly on the effects of using polythene, a very timely topic.
2019, at the English Activity Day on the importance of learning English in the modern world, a very timely topic, because now these days, children, you might have understood the importance of English because you have to sometimes explore in the internet to find certain things as you are having online classes and so on. So therefore, let's make it a point to learn some English with desire.
Right. Now you can see in different years this changes. In 2015, it's a dialogue. Dialogue between Nadisha and Tamara. Part of the dialogue is given, what a lovely garden. You have many flowers and plants here. Have you planted any vegetables? Then you have to develop accordingly. 2016,
dialogue between Ruani and Migara. They discuss their ideas on places of interest in Sri Lanka.
in 2017, it's a story, children. As I approached the house at the end of the road, I saw, then you have to continue.
Yes, in 2018, a dialogue. Drisvi and Anupama have met after the GCE OL exam, actually which Miss Nirmala discussed earlier.
2019, a folk story you have read or heard. So you can see 2017, you have to continue a story, and 2018, a dialogue, and 2019 again a story. Guess what you will get for this year. Right.
Okay, children, so we have come to the end of our lesson today. Now, let's give an opportunity for Miss Nirmala to summarize what she has been explaining you so far.
Right. Hope you can remember when you are writing a speech, there should be, you have to greet the audience, the salutation, you have to address the gathering, then the topic, you have to introduce the topic, and while speaking there are some phrases that you can make the story interesting, and the ending also you have to thank your audience. And when you are writing a dialogue, again a greeting, salutations, and then while speaking you can change them, and you have to end it in a nicer manner. Then the story, there must be a flow in the story, and you can use either direct or indirect speech, and there may be a climax, and it should be very creative, and end of the story should be very meaningful. Right. I hope you got a clear idea by now, and because I helped you by explaining this text 16 in the O-level paper. So I discussed how to write a speech, an essay, an article, and either a story or a dialogue.
Yes, children. All right. Now we have come to the end of this lesson, and you might have watched the other lesson as well by now, right? So here these two lessons cover the whole question number 16 in the O-level paper, so that I hope, and actually we hope, that you will be able to face the exam with courage, so that because it carries a lot of marks, 15 marks out of 100. So it's a big amount or big number, right? Therefore, let's meet you again in another lesson, and you can watch this in the YouTube channel NIE. And children, I hope, since these things cannot be covered, I mean within 1 hour, better to go through the lessons in the internet and try your level best to learn it more. Okay, children, then I wish you good luck and stay blessed. Goodbye.